So everybody's asking me when the embassies and consulates are going to reopen finally. And I have some news in this video to kind of give you an idea as to what's going to happen and how and when the embassies are going to reopen. So watch this video and I'll see you on the other side. So with the ban that we have in place, with visa delays, embassies closed, and the coronavirus pandemic, everybody's stressed out and wondering when the US embassies and consulates are going to reopen and when interviews are going to be rescheduled and we're going to start getting our processes back in order and starting to link appointments from the MVC as well. So we'll talk about what I know in this video. For that, if you're here for the first time, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified. I am creating videos every single week and I'm doing this for you guys. So make sure you subscribe because we have a lot of good things coming up and a lot of updates to report. Also, make sure you click the like on that video because if you don't, YouTube is not going to show this video to anybody and it's going to be a shame. Nobody's going to know about that information. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jacob Sapochnick and I am an immigration attorney located in San Diego, California. And I practice immigration law in all 50 states. I'm passionate about immigration and I'm excited to make videos like that for you every single week. And therefore, if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, now is the time to post a comment and I'll try to respond to every single one of those comments. So let's talk about US embassies and consulates. So what we know right now, we are now almost at the end of May, is that certain consulates are going to be reopening in the next week or so, and others are going to take longer, maybe a few months from now. The reason is because consulates who are based in the foreign countries are going to be reopening depending on the situation in that country. That's kind of the guidance that the State Department has provided to their embassies and consulates. For example, we know that the US Embassy in Tel Aviv has already started scheduling appointments for the next few weeks. And the reason is because Israel has already started to reopen most of the country. They're already in phase 3 or 4. And therefore, that particular consulate in Jerusalem as well as Tel Aviv is already starting to schedule appointments for June and later for visa interviews. We also know, for example, that in Europe, the embassy in London is also going to start seeing appointments very soon. However, other countries, like we know that Thailand, for example, there's no clear indication as to when the consulate will open. It may take more than a month because the country itself is still pretty tight in a lockdown. So this is kind of what is happening. We also know that Mexico City is already going to start scheduling appointments in the next few weeks, which tells us that as the country starts to reopen as well, step by step, then the US Embassy there as well is going to start seeing appointments. What I'm trying to say in this video is that there's going to be no massive general reopening of all consulates at the same time. This is kind of the notion that people were expecting in many, from clients that we get and also a lot of updates everywhere else. But what we've seen right now is that it's going to be more of a periodical stage-by-stage reopening depending on the country. So what I suggest you to do is, depending on where your case is, if you have an interview in Moscow, if you have an interview in Vietnam, it is really important to stay connected with that particular embassy. You can, every website, every embassy, there's an email address where you can email and inquire as to when they're going to reopen, when they're going to start scheduling interviews and things like that. That's really important to do. Now, at the same time, you have to remember that probably the MVC is going to start processing their cases more in a more speedy way in the next few weeks as well, irrespective of when the embassies are going to reopen, because they are starting to work with certain consulates that are accepting cases. So NVC will start normal operations very soon. They're not working individually on the pace of consulates because they are located in the US. So when everything is going to reopen here, when the agencies are going to start working on a more regular basis, then MVC as well is going to process cases in a more efficient manner and start pushing those cases to the different embassies. But as far as the actual consulates and embassies, that will depend on where they are located in the world. So for our clients, we are actively checking on where our cases are. We're emailing those consulates on a regular basis, getting those updates. And many of them will send us an email and say, hey, we are now not open, or we're not scheduling interviews. And others will respond and say, yes, we're going to start scheduling interviews from next week or 2 weeks. And then we can update our clients and prepare the cases accordingly. We have quite a few physicians that are looking to get their visa, J1 visas and other visas. And so we are looking at what consulates are around here, Mexico or Canada, that are open, and try to move their appointments over there, because appointments in their home countries are not really open right now. So, and the same thing we tell our clients for family petitions. If you're trying to apply, for example, in, let's say Panama or somewhere else where they're closed, maybe Mexico will see you. And it's important to try to kind of shop consulates and see if they'll see you. Some of them won't see you. Some of them will see you. It depends. It's a matter of trying to email and figure out whether they will be able to see or be able to entertain your appointment or not. Conclusion is that we have to be proactive. We have to be checking with our consulates and making sure that we know when they reopen, when they start scheduling appointments, so that we can coordinate, with our cases and see how we can do that. If you're a DV lottery winner, like I mentioned before, even if your consulate is going to reopen right now to processing, you are still within the 60-day ban. So people that are subject to the ban, they're not going to be able to get appointments even if the consulates are going to reopen. So once again, I'm going to make another update for this video once I know in more detail which consulates are open and which consulates are not, and we're going to give you kind of more of an update, maybe like a monthly or bi-weekly update as to the reopening of the consulate. So once again, if you have any questions, post them in the comments right now. If you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our channel, click that bell, and be notified, because you want to know when the videos come out, and so you can stay up to date. And if you have more questions, if you want to continue the discussion with us, make sure you sign up join for free for our Facebook group, where we continue to discuss topics like that. We have other members who share their waiting time process, other issues that they have, and you can be part of the community and get more support about your immigration process. So I encourage you to join the Facebook group, and I want to see you there as well. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.